Some of you may already know, some of you may not. I spend a tremendous amount of time trying to create relatable analogies between hunting and everyday life. I try and put them together for the person that's either a new hunter, a young hunter, or a non-hunter. Somebody that's on the fence about it and doesn't know how they feel. So today, I built the cheesiest little model, and I want to give you an analogy of carrying capacity, how we only hunt the surplus, how things develop, and I'm just going to give it a go because I think it's got its place. Thank you for watching.
If we look at the similarities between animals and humans, it helps us understand the balance between the two. It's important to remember that surviving and thriving are two very different things. For this example, we're going to look at carrying capacity. By definition, the number of people, other living organisms, or crops that a region can support without environmental degradation. So in layman's terms, it's the number of animals that can live in a given space without damaging it. Let me give you another word: habitat. By definition, the natural home or environment of an animal, plant, or other organism, their house. A quick human example would be a small family in a little home. There is just the right amount of food, shelter, and space for everyone. As the family grows in size and numbers, there is less food, less space, less area to sleep, and creates a more stressful environment, ultimately making it an unhealthy place for everyone. Now let's look at a small herd of deer. It's very similar to us, only more consistent. Envision a small pasture of land with just the right amount of food, water, shelter, and space. As new animals are born every spring, that comfortable space starts to become cramped and less healthy. This very normal occurrence creates a surplus or an excess of animals. As responsible humans, we want all animals to be healthy and sustainable. By removing the surplus animals, we restore proper carrying capacity. Let me make the unarguable statement of managing land and animals to create a sustainable world is the job of all humans. Period. The question typically comes up on who decides how many animals can be harvested and when. The answer is the Departments of Fish and Wildlife or the Department of Natural Resources, depending on your area. They take into account winter kill, roadkill, predation, disease. All that stuff comes into effect before they allocate the numbers that can be harvested. One more time, just to reiterate, we only hunt the surplus animals per the law. On a side note, the dollars that hunters pay for licensing, tags, guns, and ammunition, they all go to help fund the officers that help protect those animals. Not only do the dollars go to the officers, they go back into the habitat for those animals and all the resources that help keep animals healthy. Hunting is a good thing. It's hard to get your head around the fact that death creates life. It seems counterintuitive, but in reality, as the examples show, by removing some, many thrive. Last analogy. Look at it like this. A healthy lawn is a nice cut, trim lawn. You only take off the excess so that all the grass can see the light. All the grass can get the water. It's healthy underneath. If we cut too low or take off too much material, we damage the resource and it takes a long time to recover. Wild animals thrive today because of hunter foresight from years past. These passionate hunters studied our beloved animals and their habitat. They set limits on hunting, designated times of year, methods of take. They closed some areas, opened other areas. They taxed themselves to fund the protection of these wild animals and their habitat. Lastly, they taught us to abide by the rules and to lead by example. That is the very reason I made this film. It's my job.